This upcoming Mercury retrograde in Virgo is going to be an interesting one because as soon as Virgo season begins, Mercury reverses and makes a conjunction with Pallas. Stay tuned because we are going to talk all about this transit. Hey there cosmic warriors, and welcome back to another video. And if you are new here, my name is Hannah. I am a Western practical astrologer. Now, before we do dive into today's video, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button and click the bell. And if you are interested in any of my services, if you're interested in booking a reading with me, then you can visit my website, hannahselsewhere.com. There you can also find my Practical Astrology eBooks guide and merch. And I also have some cheat sheets available too. All the links to these products will be in the description box down below. I do hope that you find this video to be helpful today. Let's do this. Okay, so Mercury will enter Virgo on the 28th of July and it will be there until the 4th of October. Mercury will then turn retrograde in Virgo from the 23rd of August until the 15th of September. Okay, so looking at the beginning of Virgo season there. Now, the pre-shadow period is from the 3rd of August until the 23rd of August. So pay attention to what themes come up for you during this time because you'll most likely revisit these themes. And then the post-shadow period is from the 15th of September until the 30th of September. So that will be a time period to really mull things over coming out of the retrograde. So in short terms, this retrograde is a time for reassessing and revisiting all the usual Mercury things: communication, our mindset, our speech, our documents, our diaries, transport, our networks, our local communities, our old routines as well, our old habits, anything that you would like to change. You know, perhaps there are some routines that are simply outdated. Maybe you can make simple improvements. You can improve upon some day-to-day matters such as how you clean, how you organize, how you look after your health, how you take care of your body. We will also reassess the details of our delivery and realign our ideas, our message, our input, any data collection, any research, any learning we're doing. Now, Mercury, of course, is exalted in Virgo and it's also at home in this sign, suggesting a notable Mercury retrograde. This time period can help us perform wonders when it comes to reshaping our communicative style. We will revisit how practical and how productive our communication is, as well as looking at how we learn. I mean, are you thorough? Do you pay attention to the details? Or is it that you get caught up in minor details that don't really matter all that much? This is a retrograde of accuracy, correctness, even punctuality, okay, productivity, efficiency. And this is also a retrograde that will get us using good judgment and discernment. But do be cautious, of course, of things like worry, your stress levels, freaking out about things, focusing on minor details, which, yeah, they may seem important, but they really don't matter. Then again, maybe there are times when such details do matter. And so this is an opportunity to pick up on these details so that we can improve things. We can refine our skills, for example. Now, Mars will also be in Virgo for a few days at the beginning of this retrograde, and Mars in Virgo has ushered in a time period of us keeping on top of our everyday goals and tasks. Mars entered Virgo on the 10th of July and it will be there until the 27th of August. And then with Mercury retrograde following this same path in this helpful Earth sign, we will reassess our practical and efficient findings. So yeah, consider then what things drive you, what things motivate you whilst Mars is in Virgo, because Mercury coming along and following this path could have us rethinking, reconsidering a few matters. And then also coming into Virgo season, when this retrograde begins, it's a good idea to use discretion when it comes to things to do with romance, our finances, our pleasures. And the reason why I'm saying this is because, keep in mind, Venus will be retrograde, okay? It's currently retrograde. It will still be retrograde in Leo when Mercury does station retrograde. In fact, both Mercury and Venus will be retrograde from the 23rd of August until the 3rd of September. So that's about 10 days of Mercury and Venus retrograde, asking us to really think things through. This will be a period of time where we will be cleaning up our mess or seeing what is no longer serving us with respect to our work, our services, our routines, our hygiene, our health. Then the Venus retrograde will already have us reflecting deeply upon our values and our self-worth. And by this time, a confidence and a self-actualization revival will have happened. Of course, keep in mind the inferior conjunction. For more information about Venus retrograde, I will put some links in the description box. And hopefully many of us will feel empowered with a healthy dose of self-assurance. And as we are discovering more about ourselves, as we are taking another look at our ego, Mercury retrograde may very well come along and get us being sensible, modest, humble, gentle, forgiving as well. So definitely pay attention to your Leo and Virgo houses throughout these retrogrades just to see how things will play out for you. In fact, there will also be a new moon in Virgo on the 14th of September, right before Mercury turns direct. Now, this new moon can be pretty useful because then we can set new intentions to do with the efficiency and the productivity that we learned during Mercury retrograde. And the interesting thing about this new moon in Virgo is that it will take place at 21 degrees, which is a Sagittarius degree, pointing toward optimism, abundance, seeing the bigger picture. And the thing is that Mercury will also trine Jupiter retrograde in Taurus around the 4th of September. Both Mercury and Jupiter will be at 15 degrees. Therefore, we will review the bigger picture with respect to security. And then 15 degrees is a Gemini degree, highlighting flexibility, curiosity. Still, Mercury retrograde trine Jupiter retrograde around this time period will get us seeking a deeper understanding about our material and physical path. And we may very well be opened up to something larger, to an exciting new opportunity. Naturally, do make sure that you read the fine print, make sure you check, slow down, consider your options and truly go over the action plan, etc. And with Venus turning direct on this day, we may be feeling somewhat full of courage, enthusiasm, feeling even more accepting of ourselves. We will be ready to move forward with respect to our creations, our pleasures, desires, our passions, our interests. Actually pay attention to what comes up from around the 10th of August because Mercury and Jupiter will also trine around the same degree here. Both planets will be direct at this point, but basically keep an eye out and see what comes up because whatever comes up will most likely be revisited at the beginning of September with that trine, like I was saying. So matters, of course, to do with your security, resources, services, time management, earning, productivity, your gifts. Again, just consider how both Taurus and Virgo are earth signs. Earth is very much tied to the physical realm. And I also want to mention that at the beginning of Mercury retrograde, Mercury will create a trine to Uranus. Now, this is not an exact trine, but it's significant, I think. And so, opening this retrograde, we may very well be surprised. Some of us will feel a strong desire to do something differently or to take a whole new approach when it comes to our services or when it comes to our health. Then there are others of us who may seek to connect with something that is much bigger than ourselves, or there are certain changes we wish to make because our future selves will thank us. But do remember, of course, to take your time, again, check over the information, take it all in. Maybe even it is really important to pay attention to the details during Mercury retrograde, because of course Mercury will be retrograde. So yeah, it's good to just reassess to make sure that we have all of our facts straight. Then this is also about breaking things down, being able to compartmentalize, being able to think in practical ways, being willing to question as well the details about our systems. And toward the end of September, when Mercury creates a trine to Uranus retrograde, well, by the way, Mercury will be direct, okay, around this time. We will move forward with greater clarity, but it's also likely that we can make major breakthroughs. Now, the last thing that I want to mention today is how Pallas Athene will conjunct Mercury retrograde at the beginning. And of course, Virgo season will have begun. And so this could look like many of us revisiting our healing methods, especially if we aren't taking good care of ourselves. I think it's a good time to be really honest even about these things. So thinking about the importance of making our health a priority, or this could look like us gaining more wisdom about healing, about our body, about the mind-body-soul connection, or gaining wisdom about our systems. This highlights a time period of purifying and cleansing. And then even looking at our creative intelligence. So when we seek to examine solutions to any problems that arise, perhaps we can be analytical, we can strip things back to their simplest form. Perhaps we'll also reconsider our sources of inspiration. So thinking about crafts, nutrition, exercise, and health, these things could come up as sources of inspiration around this time. But of course, again, it's about letting things sit with you. Even consider Virgo, right? Virgo rules the digestive system. So it's really about allowing things to process, seeing what is good for us, seeing what isn't good for us, seeing what we should let go of, seeing what can be kept. Reflection, introspection, going inwards. Though the final thing that I want to touch on is that when Mercury does turn direct, it will oppose Saturn retrograde. The orb is still quite wide, okay, but perhaps there's still some influence, which I want to touch on. And the thing is that around the full moon in Aquarius, which is coming up, this is coming up on the 1st of August, Mercury and Saturn retrograde will oppose one another. They'll oppose one another actually during the full moon at 5 degrees. And so maybe this retrograde is giving us an opportunity to reassess. So Mercury retrograde, I'm saying here. This retrograde will give us an opportunity to reassess any mental fatigue, negative thoughts, or things that make us feel mentally drained. And so coming out of the retrograde, maybe we seek to put better strategies in place. So putting better strategies in place when it comes to these types of concerns. On that note, let's get into these horoscopes. Now do make sure to consider your personal natal chart and placements. Such things should be taken into consideration. Aries, Mercury retrograde will happen in your 6th house. During this time, you will revisit your systems, schedules, routines, time management. This is a great opportunity to clean things up with respect to your health and stress levels. This is also about refining your skills when it comes to your services. You'll consider practical communication at work. Taurus, Mercury retrograde will happen in your 5th house. During this time, you will revisit your creative projects, hobbies, your interests, any sports. This is a great opportunity to clean things up with respect to your free time and your forms of enjoyment. This is also about refining your skills when it comes to your self-expression, even thinking about your creativity. You'll consider practical communication within your romantic relationships. Gemini, Mercury retrograde will happen in your 4th house. So during this time, you will revisit your housing situation and property, as well as your feelings of belonging and safety. This is a great opportunity to clean things up with respect to your emotional needs and your experiences with family members. This is also about refining your skills when it comes to your home. You'll consider practical communication with certain family members. Cancer. Mercury retrograde will happen in your 3rd house. So during this time, you will revisit your educational projects, documents, vehicles, your communication tools. This is a great opportunity to clean things up with respect to your social networks and your local communities. This is also about refining your skills when it comes to how you speak and how you communicate, how you share. You'll consider practical communication amongst siblings, cousins, neighbors, and even thinking about your peers. Leo. So Mercury retrograde will happen in your 2nd house. So during this time, you will revisit your stocks, funds, bonds, banking, and assets. This is a great opportunity to clean things up with respect to your earning and your spending habits. This is also about refining your skills just in general, just thinking about how your skills are often tied to organization and repair with Virgo there on the 2nd. And you'll also consider practical communication when it comes to your expenses. Virgo. Okay, so Mercury retrograde will happen in your 1st house. So during this time, you will revisit your life path, your direction, your aims, your identity, your physical condition here. This is a great opportunity to clean things up with respect to your body, your appearance, and even your approach to life. This is about you refining your skills when it comes to your instincts. You'll consider practical communication to do with personal action and decision making. Libra. So Mercury retrograde will happen in your 12th house. So during this time, you will revisit your spiritual values, your dependencies, how you relax, how you sleep. This is a great opportunity to clean things up with respect to your hidden self, your dreams, your subconscious. This is also about refining your skills when it comes to your intuition. You'll consider practical communication to do with the ways you retreat or escape. Scorpio. So Mercury retrograde will happen in your 11th house. And so during this time for you, you will revisit your common interests, your communities, your larger networks, your alliances. This for you is a great opportunity to clean things up with respect to your non-conforming ideas and even looking at your plans for the future. This is also about refining your skills when it comes to your clubs. You will consider practical communication amongst your friends and within organizations. Sagittarius. So Mercury retrograde will happen in your 10th house. And so during this time for you, you will revisit your life mission, your profession, your public image, any successes. This is a great opportunity for you to clean things up with respect to your long-term goals and your accomplishments. And so this is also about refining your skills when it comes to your societal position. You'll consider practical communication toward bosses and managers and so on. Capricorn. Okay, so Mercury retrograde will happen in your 9th house. And so during this time for you, you will revisit your philosophies, okay, your beliefs, your higher meaning, your morals. And this is a great opportunity to clean things up with respect to your further education, higher education, any advanced training. This is also about refining your skills when it comes to teaching, broadcasting, publishing. You will consider practical communication when sharing your knowledge. Aquarius. Okay, so Mercury retrograde will happen in your 8th house. And so during this time, you will revisit your shared accounts, joint resources, any investments, any debts you have. This is a great opportunity to clean things up with respect to bonding, intimacy, and any unresolved trauma as well. This is also about refining your skills when it comes to occult-like subjects. You'll consider practical communication when it comes to your commitments and any shared ownership. And lastly, Pisces. Okay, so Mercury retrograde will happen in your 7th house. And so during this time for you, you will revisit your partnerships, business deals, competitors, collaborations. This is a great opportunity to clean things up with respect to your marriage, your relationships, or to anybody you are responsible for. And then this is also about refining your skills when it comes to negotiation and mediation. you will consider practical communication within your partnerships overall. Okay then, Cosmic Warriors, so that concludes my video talking all about this upcoming Mercury retrograde in Virgo. I really hope that you find this video to be helpful. I hope that you find the information to be helpful today and useful. All the very best during this retrograde. You've got this. We can get through this. It is a summer of so many retrogrades, but we're gonna do it. But yes, definitely let me know your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section down below. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And of course, if you would like to see more videos from myself and you have not yet subscribed, then make sure that you click that subscribe button and also give this video a like if you did like it today. And I will be back with another video very, very soon. Bye!